Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Lakshman Gadekar, Vasant Dada Patil College, Patoda. I am here to teach the chapter Periodic Properties. The contents of this chapter is atomic and ionic radii, ionization energy, electron affinity, electronegativity, trends in periodic table, application in predicting and explaining the chemical behavior. Here we will see one by one. First one, that is the atomic and ionic radii. The term atomic and ionic radius is generally used for distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell of the electrons of the atomic or ionic particle. If there is an atom, then the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell or outermost electron. So that is called the atomic radii. And when the atom is in its ionic state, then the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost electron, that is the ionic radii. Here atomic radii depends upon the some factors, and that is first one, that is the multiplicity of a bond, whether bond is single bond, double bond or triple bond. And the atomic radii depends upon the bonding. If there is a single bond, the distance may be a more. If there is a double bond, then the distance becomes less. And if there is a triple bond, the atomic radii or ionic radii are more less. Okay, the extent of covalent bonding. Third factor, oxidation number of an atom. Fourth one, repulsive forces between the atoms. And fifth one, number of neighbors with which it is associated. Now we will see the classification of atomic radii. There are three classes in which the atomic radii are divided. First one, that is the covalent radii. That covalent radii are present in the molecule of non-metals. Second one, metallic radii, as in metals and intermetallic compounds. And third one, that is the van der Waals radii. It is present in the gaseous molecule. First we will see covalent radii. It is defined as the half of the distance between the nuclei of two like atoms bonded together by a single covalent bond. For homonuclear atoms, and if there is a covalent bonding, if there are two atoms, that is the A, then it is the homonuclear, means it is a molecule. Then the distance between two atoms, or the distance between the center of the nuclei of two different atoms, that is the Ra, that is the radius of first A atom plus radius of second A atom. Then Ra is nothing but the distance between two nuclei divided by 2, where Ra, it is the single bond covalent radii of two atoms. For heteronuclear diatomic molecule, consider atom A and B are covalently bonded. Then internuclear distance is distance between A to B equal to Ra plus Rb. Okay, Ra means of distance from the center of nucleus to the outermost electron of A atom, and likewise Rb. If we know the atomic radii of one atom, eitherly Ra and internuclear distance are measurable, then we easily calculate the atomic radii of another atom, that is the Rb, that is radius of B, equal to distance between A to B minus Ra. Okay, here we see that some of the covalent radius of some elements, and the covalent radius in the group, if we go from top to bottom in a group, then we see that the covalent radii are increases: hydrogen 0.37, lithium 1.34, sodium 1.54, potassium 1.96, rubidium 2.11, and cesium 2.25. How is that? Because the electrons are entered into the new shell are added, and that's why size of the atom are increases. So that's why the atomic and ionic radii are also increases. If we go from left to right in a period, then what happen? Here see that lithium and beryllium, that is the s block elements, then that size is lithium 1.34 and beryllium 0.90. It means that the size decreases. If we see boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon, the size 0.82, 0.77, 0.75, 0.73, 0.72. It means that the size decreases as the electron increases one by one, but in the same shell. So that's why the nuclear charge increases and the attraction between the nucleus and outermost electron are more, so size becomes less. If the size is less, then covalent radii or ionic radii are also less. So now we will see the metallic radius, or it is also called as a crystal radius. This is used for metal atoms which are assumed to be closely packed sphere in the metallic crystal. The metal atoms are supposed to touch one another in the crystal, and crystal radius is defined as one half the distance between two nuclei of two adjacent metal atoms. Okay. Now, the van der Waals radius, it is generally present in the gaseous molecule. It is defined as one half the distance between the nuclei of two adjacent identical atoms belonging to two neighbor molecules of an element in the solid state. It is the distance between two non-bonded atoms of two adjacent molecules. Here we see that the van der Waals radii of chlorine and the distance between two atoms of chlorine of two adjacent molecule, that is we see that 3.60 angstrom, that is the internuclear distance, and it is divided by 2, that is the distance. And if we want to calculate the radius, van der Waals radius, then it is divided by 2, so 1.80 angstrom it is the distance or radius. Now ionic radii may be defined as the distance between the nucleus of an ion and the point up to which the nucleus has influence on its electron clouds. So ionic radii are equal to Rc plus divided by Ra minus, where Rc plus is the radius of cation and Rc minus is the radius of anion. Means it is the simple formula to calculate the ionic radii, and if we know the radius of cation and if we know the radius of anion, then we can easily calculate the ionic radii. Now here we see that there are some, it is the table showing the ionic radii. If we go top to bottom in a group, then we say that hydrogen plus means it is the ionic radii, H plus 0.29, lithium plus 0.60, sodium plus 0.93, potassium plus 1.33, rubidium plus 1.48, cesium plus 1.69, and francium plus 1.76. It means that the ionic radii increases when we go from top to bottom in a group, because at every point the new shell are added. That's why some distance are more from the nucleus to the outermost electron or outermost ion. And here if we see that when we go left to right in a period, then see that is the lithium plus 0.60, beryllium 2 plus 0.31, boron 3 plus 0.320, carbon 4 plus 0.15, nitrogen 5 plus 0.11, and oxygen 6 plus 0.09, and fluorine 7 plus 0.07. If we go from left to right in a period, then the cation radius are decreases. We know that the size decreases when we go from left to right in a period, so that's why the radius also decreases. And likewise, in all the period, the size of the radii are decreases. Here we will see that the periodic variation of atomic and ionic radii. Atomic or ionic radius is a periodic function of the atomic number. It changes with the changes of atomic number. Okay, in period, atomic and ionic radii both decreases from left to right across a period in the periodic table. Okay, when we go from left to right, then the atomic and ionic radii are decreases. Here we see that lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine, these are the elements. When we go from left to right in a period, then their covalent radii are 1.23, 0.90, 0.82, 0.77, 0.75, 0.73, and 0.72. It means that values of covalent radii are decreasing. Okay, size also decreases, so that's why covalent radii are also decreases. What is the explanation behind that? As we move from left to right, electron added in the same main energy level. Okay, then nuclear charge increases, that attracts strongly towards the nucleus, so size of the atom decreases and hence radii also decreases. Second, we will see variation in a group. On moving down a group of regular element, both atomic and ionic radius increases with increasing atomic number. Okay, here we will see that beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, and barium, these are the some elements of s block element, and its covalent radii are 0.90, 1.36, 1.74, 1.91, and 1.98. It means that, and ionic radii are 0.31, 0.65, calcium 0.99, strontium 1.13, and barium 1.35. It means that the value increases when you go from top to bottom in a group. And explanation behind that is, as we move from top to bottom in a group, two opposite forces act simultaneously. One, when we move top to bottom, electrons are added to higher energy level, on average farther from the nucleus, or size increases from the nucleus to the outermost electron. And the second one, this effect decreases the electrostatic attraction between the nucleus and valence shell electron, hence increases in atomic and ionic radii. When we move from top to bottom, then one cell are added extra. It means that the electrostatic attraction force between the nucleus or positively charged proton and outermost electron, that decreases due to distance, because distance are so far. So that's why if the distance is more, then attraction force is also less, and so that's why the radii are also more. Okay students, we will see this chapter